And a big, big welcome to Mary's Messages of Love. And it is all about love today. And I have Reverend Mary Omwake here with me. Aloha, Mary.
Aloha, Cindy. We are just so grateful to be in the Mother's love. I'm feeling such a joyful bliss, and we know that this is available all the time when we open our hearts. So thank you for letting me join you today.
Well, you know, you and I have been on this journey of Mother Mary, and it has been such a beautiful, beautiful blessing. I was guided to call it Mary's Messages of Love because we always return to love. There's going to be many parts to this which will evolve into a book, parts about compassion and the wonderful compassion she has for us, and the lovely forgiveness we learn, and getting past judgments, all done with such grace, with the help of the Holy Spirit. It's
and
really
that's what, Cindy, that you welcome me into this. For anyone who might be joining us, Cindy began to have direct visitations of Mother Mary, which I give some credence to, being a minister and having seen other people that have had that experience, even when I haven't had it myself. I saw their lives change. I mean, dramatically, wonderfully, in ways that truly say, whoa, this person is living at another vibration. And so when you told me, Cindy, that you were having this visitation, you're already at such a high frequency, I'm saying, let me play. And so I began to join you with Mother and listening. And I want to say to anyone who's joining us, asking the Mother to begin to guide you and teach you has been the sweetest experience these last 4 weeks. Because the Mother, as you have said so beautifully, she teaches with such compassion. There's no better change, or you're bad, or any negative thing. She says, darling, why don't we take a look at this? Maybe this doesn't work so much anymore. And there's such compassion. And for everyone that had a really loving mother, that might not be so dramatic. But those of us who had maybe a very critical voice playing our mother this lifetime, it's such a blessing, Cindy. I keep thanking you personally because I'm still having to grow and change and become my true self more, but it's done with such love now and such compassion. So if you haven't tried letting the Mother be your gentle teacher, I want to advocate for it.
And I have to really appreciate that you said that word gentle, because you and I have grown up in a world where it takes a lot of energy and sometimes even, a lot of willpower to get things done. And and in the world we're living in, it's just like you almost have to sometimes try to meet this pretty strong energy to meet it, to not be overwhelmed by it. But the answer is not to try to use your own willpower, but to turn it all over to God's will. And I have recently just come back to that again and again and again, every morning now, in meditation, asking for God's will to be done. And when you let God's will and the Mother's will work through you, there's this balance of love and will that will get done without you having to be stressed, without having to be aggressive, without having to fight for yourself, as you do sometimes in life, these days especially. You give it over. And I do this prayer where I let myself be a servant to Mary every morning. And this morning, if I could share, I was asked to read a few poems. A new one came to me, but I'll read that after this first one, which I wrote a few days ago. Love, love, love. Again and again, return to love, my friend. For as you bring your life to love solutions, you will find you have a fertile field with which you can live and grow your soul's life purpose. For the soul knows this love that has a home in the energy with which Mother brings forth life, and it can work and grow and blossom in seeds planted that reflect pure light. Each breath of love blossoms with a smile of beauty, and each smile of love helps heal a broken heart. And each heart that is open can understand that love is the greatest gift. Spirit dwells in the heart of living love, and the light of the Spirit holds the pure reflection of God's Spirit merging in humans. As earth and humanity bring this love to life, we become the consciousness of the living love of God. We become co-creators who live in the light of God's love. We can feed the fire of the Holy Spirit with the fuel of our lives. For every time we choose love, we choose the resource God gave us for life. We can find passion for our life's purpose and compassion for those who suffer in the process of learning how to forgive and live with love. So breathe in the light of love deep into your heart, and it holds the true purpose here in life. The mother delivers you to accept we are the perfect imperfection, the reason for being alive. So I just wanted to share that with you, Mary, and whoever may have ears to hear. It is sometimes hard to always remember, but if any time anything comes up, Mary, and I know you have to always do this. We all have stuff that comes up in life, but you just always take a breath and just say, love, love, love. And you know that works. You've used that before, right?
Well, it is, you point out, once love is chosen, and people listening to this probably are like you and me, we chose love a long time ago. We didn't read the small print, because once we choose love and we sincerely say to the infinite, whether we call it the mother or the all good or our brother Jesus, whenever you choose love, you've given the universe permission, and everybody hold on for this, for everything unlike love in your consciousness to come up. And that's why sometimes we might say the words, it's hard, but it's really an opportunity. Wow, I can let go of that. Anytime we're holding a grievance or anytime we're blocking the joy, that's our wake-up call. This is the glory of the infinite, Cindy, is that when I'm not feeling joy, that's someplace I've made a decision against love. Someplace I've held myself or someone out of the light. Someplace I've made a judgment. And if you're watching the political news right now, you better be on high spiritual alert, only because judgments are flowing everywhere. You almost every conversation that I'm in about politics now is a judgment. And I go, because I used to live there. I used to live in my opinions. But now I have a different call. I have an allegiance to a different I'm a citizen of the universe. And so watching politics now is I am a citizen of the United States, but I have a higher awareness of myself. So I come back to be a citizen from that higher allegiance to God, to life, and bring into situations, no matter what they look like in the outer, I bring that light. The mother brings the memory that these are my children, and come up higher. Come on, kids, come up higher. She's not knocking them down for playing in the gutter where a lot of them are. She's saying, come up higher. Come on, you guys, we can do this together. So I hope everybody's listening realize we have the responsibility to shine the light and lift it, not to pretend it's not happening. A mother doesn't pretend her kids are having a food fight, but mother goes in and redirects them, invites them to a better, more interesting place to play, because you can't fight with the negative. We must bring something greater. You know what happens the minute you shine a bigger possibility, people go to the bigger possibility. You don't have to fight what's wrong. Show people a bigger possibility. And that's what the mother's doing all over the world right now, Cindy. As we're talking together.
So many people, so many people I'm talking to now and meeting, and I'm sure through the grace of Mary, are now also finding that this is the time, whether it be the Holy Spirit or the Mother. And I've met other people who said, "Gosh, I'm not a Catholic, but I mean, I'm really getting this feeling that it's time to open up to Mary." And it's interesting because people, as soon as you say Mother Mary, it's like, oh gosh, you're going to go off on a religious thing. I've lived for Spirit and for God since I've been 13 or 14, but I didn't really talk about it as long as you've been talking about it out to so many thousands of people. I just decided to put it down in writing or put it in my books or my CDs, and try to live my life without wearing a robe, without being in retreat. And that's the hardest way, for me anyways, just to live as a regular person and see what it's really like to try to walk your talk. And that's why I always try to find these wonderful guides and angels, and the Queen of Angels, of course, is Mary, and she is the Queen for a reason. There is a reason that she is a queen. And when I saw her, there was, of course, I told you, a crown of stars. They were living stars. A crown of beautiful stars that are brilliant and alive around her head. I mean, that's the power of the stars there that are her crown. And I got this morning an exercise, which, I find that when I do my work and meditate and open up my heart, I get these exercises that I think people can be using that help align them with light and love. And this one is actually where you become a star of love. So I'm calling it the Star of Love exercise. So if you can imagine a 5-pointed star, there's a very mystical, wonderful power, as you know, Mary, in a 5-pointed star. And it's been used for years, actually, thousands of years. And I got that we should actually become that star. And the way we could do it is if you picture your body sitting down, and you go and put points of lights. In fact, let's make those points of light a star on each shoulder. And there on each shoulder, almost like an epaulette, there's a little star on each shoulder, and that's a point of light. And from that point of light on each shoulder, you're going to take a light stream and follow that shoulder down on both sides to the base of your spine. So now you have a triangle. If you were to go across your chest and your breast, there's a line across, and there's a line going from your shoulder to the base of your spine on your right side, a line of light on your left shoulder going down to the base of your spine. Now you have a triangle of light going down. Now, if you're to take your sit bones and your hips and make those stars and points of light, and see a point of light coming from both your right hip up to the top of your head and your left hip up to the top of your head, and your whole place you're sitting is the base of the spine, you have a triangle going up. Now you have a 5-pointed star, a triangle going up and going down. And you are a 5-pointed star of wonderful living light with stars all around you. Your stars on your shoulders, your stars on your sit bones and hips. And in the center now, you're going to put another star. You're going to put a diamond star of love right into your heart. And this is a precious, precious diamond that's always been there. It's your soul that's alive in your heart. And you're going to put this precious diamond and let it awaken in your heart. And let it spin in this lovely triangle of light. Just let that diamond spin and clear away anything that's old and any of the past hurts in your heart. And it spins and spins and spins. And it's radiating now through your whole body. And it's just radiating out now. And you are a star as bright as any star in the world, as bright as that star that shined when Mary delivered Jesus. You are that star of light with your center being a diamond of light. And there's a poem that came with this that I'll read at the end. How do you hold this precious jewel, this diamond that your heart holds? Do you feel the spirit of your soul that burns away any fear you might know? How do you let your life truly shine and allow it to be a true reflection of the cosmos spinning throughout infinity? You are such a star of light, a precious jewel that shines so bright. You are a reflection of God's love divine, breathing in tune to the secrets still undefined. Release and forgive what cannot be told. Let this healing come to show this precious diamond of the soul calls your heart to blossom and grow. And sometimes life can reveal if you just try to believe. There is an exquisite beauty to see, this priceless gift given for free. Just this thing we call love divine that we always seek for and try to define. This jewel in our heart of God's great light, this diamond reflecting the Spirit of Christ. So that was my little diamond morning exercise, Mary.
Well, I'm still in it, Cindy, so let me take a breath of gratitude. I'm feeling that star. It's moving